particles. Here we go.
All right, what's happening, party people? Great to see everybody lining up today in the comments line or comments or chat room, whatever you guys call your little scene over there. It's always great to see everybody lined up. Great to be with you on a Friday. High noon is upon us, so we are ready to rock. We are ready to roll. We had a lot to get to today. In fact, we should kind of announce this before the show starts. This is the end of the road. We've reached the end of the calendar road 2025 as far as the Polymac Particle Show as you know it and enjoy it with Creative Tony and Polymac. I will be with you guys on Monday. I will be with you guys on Tuesday. Creative Tony, however, will not be. He starts his winter hibernation after the show today. So enjoy it. Enjoy the dynamic. Enjoy all the festive holiday fun we bring you today because the show will have a different look next week. Tony needs some time, and he deserves some time. So we'll bid him a fond adieu today. Tony, let's make it count, buddy. It's your last show of 2025. How are you feeling? I mean, all the spotlights are on you. What are you wearing on the red carpet? All that stuff. How's Creative Tony as you're set to do? It's like you're Derek Jeter, like your last at bat. Give me a single, driving a run. You know what I mean?
I also just want to make it clear that it's not just me. I'm just not the only one taking some time off here. You're going to take some time off after I take time off. So it's both of us taking some time off. So I'm taking time off on my kids.
Listen. You're receiving this the wrong way here. Like as Jerry Garcia said to Bob Weir, no one's blaming you, Bob.
No, but I just want to make sure that people know that it's not just me taking time off. I'm taking time off while my kids are out of school. Then you're going to take some time off, and then we will reconvene in early January, full throttle for 2026. So just giving everybody full transparency, Paulie, transparency here on the show. You know, it's not a full vacation. It's time away from the show, which I'm going to miss, but also it's time for, it'll be good for me to dive deep into the kids while they're out of school and ice skating, maybe a little Tahoe, maybe a little snowboarding, maybe like a little rest for a goof. I don't know, just for a change, maybe. And then recharge the battery. Hopefully all of you are recharging the battery during the holidays as well. So a lot of fun stuff to look forward to in 2026 too, P. I'm very, very pumped for the next year, dude.
Well, on the show today, we got a lot to get into. We got the one of the craziest Thursday night football games I've seen in a long time. That was just absolute craziness up there. Puka digging himself into a deeper hole during the game, after the game, before the game. This guy's he's a freaking walking disaster, this guy, Puka Nacua. He's definitely not as smart as I assumed he might be. This guy looks like somebody needs to pull him aside. Maybe it's McVay on the shelf. Maybe he needs to do it because this kid's running amok right now. Anyway, he dominated on the field last night. Puka was amazing. So we'll get into that game. We'll get into our hot and sour picks today. We have our final music assignment, at least of this week. I think, is this going to be the last one of the year? I think it might be. I think this is the last music assignment of 2025 because next week, I think it's a holiday. We're not doing a show next Friday. And the Friday after that, like John Bender said in Breakfast Club, I'm going to have to be beyond that. I'll have to check my calendar. I'm not sure. So this could be the last music assignment of the year. If you missed yesterday's show and you want to play along, we're doing songs today just either about numbers, like numerical, the U.S. numerical system, or songs with numbers in the title, stuff like that, because we talked yesterday about kind of turning the calendar over, and what are we going? We're going from 25 to 26. To me, it's all numbers. So songs about numbers, we'll get into that today too. Okay, Tony, and by the way, I mentioned Derek Jeter's last at-bat today because it was such a fairy tale thing. Like he last at-bat at Yankee Stadium, he drives in the winning run for a walk-off win. It was like so fairy tale. Did that pitcher groove that pitch? I've always wondered, did he groove one for Derek Jeter just to walk off as a hero, or was he really trying to battle him and get him out? I've always been suspicious.
Wow, that's a really good question. I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming the pitcher as a competitor is not trying to groove it to Jeter, but maybe there was a handshake deal ahead of time. You know, if I get the opportunity, I'm gonna throw one right down the chute for you.
Well, they do say, Tony, do you remember hearing that? Because I remember the year that Cal Ripken broke Lou Gehrig's consecutive games played streak. I believe it was that year's All-Star game. And the game might have even been in Camden Yards when it was pretty famously said that whoever was pitching to Cal Ripken in his own yard, in the year that he broke Eric's record, they grooved him a pitch in the All-Star game and he hit a home run. Do you remember that whole controversy? Like somebody just laid like a softball right down Broadway. And of course, Ripken hit it out of the yard. You remember that?
But also, like, you got to tip your cap because even balls right down the middle, it's still a very difficult thing to go.
I can't hit that S. I ain't saying I can hit it. I'm just saying.
But no, I know, but it's one thing like hit a line drive or a base hit, but to actually jump out the yard on that was amazing. So
I can't even imagine what that would, I can't even imagine what that, but anyway, with the Jeter thing, we should ask Bonnie Scarlet Fire. She's a big Yankee fan. She could maybe clarify that for us. But I always thought Escobar's correcting me. It was the year that he retired. Okay, my bad. But I remember that was that controversy, Escobar, that somebody had just grooved a pitch to Cal Ripken and he knocked it out of the yard. And when you watched Derek Jeter's at bat, the last one at Yankee Stadium I'm talking about, it certainly looks like the guy just threw like a very straight line fastball right across the plate. And Jeter, I think he knocked it into right field. It was like an opposite field thing or something.
You know what? If the pitcher did that, then I got to tip my cap to the pitcher because knowing the moment and knowing the greatness that is at the plate and just giving the hitter a chance to prove himself.
It's like the most selfless thing a professional athlete could do. Make himself look bad to honor somebody else. So you're not getting that.
Paulie, you know, it's totally selfless is sprinting off the field after you lose and tweeting from the locker room immediately. That's
Let's
really
go.
selfless.
Let's get into it. This kid's nuts. This kid's nuts. He's a loose cannon. I didn't realize. I had no idea. Dude, before like this previous week and then yesterday with the anti-Semitic thing, the celebration he did, I didn't know anything about this guy other than he was a good football player. All of a sudden, he's turned himself into public enemy number one in 1 week. 1 week, this kid. And clearly, he's not all there. He has no sense of timing or no sense of right and wrong, no sense of like decorum. But go ahead, speak to it, Tony. How'd you react? Because he was tweeting how long after the game? A minute?
Like 2 minutes after the final whistle. It's insane. He must have sprinted off the field and got his phone and tweeted. It's so bizarre, man.
What's with these wide receivers, Tony?
Right.
Wide receivers have gone effing insane in the last 10, 20 years. I don't know what it didn't used to be like this. Like Lynn Swann, Drew Pearson, you know what I mean? Jerry Rice, these guys, they used to just be like, they're football players. Now they're all head cases, Tony. All of them.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. You know, I apologize, Paulie, but just because.
Oh, yeah. It's business time.
I see a couple supers right here, and they're both in the same vein. So I wanted to get to them before they get lost in the shuffle. Escobar Cheeks III is a super checking in. He says, PFP Familia, I'll be in and out of today's show. Work. He goes, love you all. Work getting in the way. Hashtag deep on the playoff list Chiefs. Hashtag no shaman. Hashtag F Puka. Hell yeah.
F Puka. Yep.
F Puka. Supposedly the Rams and Puka were talking all kinds of mess when they were up 30-14. And then look what happened, dude. Karen Bell is another super as well. Karen, thank you very much for the
same as Cheeks.
Same as Cheeks. In and out because of work. But want to thank this beautiful community for bringing so much wonderful energy to 2025. Here's to 2026 and reciprocity always ruling. And you know, in that honor, let's get a little reciprocity on the screen here for a second. But thank you, Karen Bell. Thank you.
Yeah, so Karen Bell, you're one of the greats. Thanks so much. I look forward to seeing you in the new year, no question. And by the way, I love the fact that Escobar is now just being referred to as Cheeks. That's all. Just Cheeks, dude. It's great.
Hey, there's Mo Cheeks, Paulie, and then there's Escobar Cheeks. Okay?
Rex just came in with the Mo Cheeks. Did you see that? He just posted Mo Cheeks. Yeah.
Oh, really? Nice. Nice.
If any of you youngsters are too young to know, that was Maurice Cheeks. He used to play for the Philly 76ers. He played with Dr. J and Dawkins and all those guys. Mo Cheeks. Great basketball name. Mo effing Cheeks.
Dude, the only other name that rivals it is World Be Free.
That's a great one too. That's a great one too. Yeah.
Lloyd Free, who changed his name to World and then middle initial B, last name Free.
No question. You know, the Warriors have had a lot of great names. Don't no pun intended, but don't sleep on Sleepy Floyd, dude.
Right.
Sleepy. You know what I mean? That's my boy Sleepy.
Sleepy Floyd is Superman.
Greg Papa. Papa on the mic right there.
Oh, wait, hang on a second, Paulie. Let me do this in honor of Robot Center and the Sports Desk.
Okay.
Robot Center and the Sports Desk checking in saying that Puka Nacua has been fined $25K for his nonsense last night. And a completely unrelated side note, Paulie, I find it so funny, dude. I'm wearing, I don't know if Mark Gravy Graves is on the chat yet, but dude, we're both wearing the shirts that he gave us. And I think it's hilarious.
Nice.
Here's my Geezer Butler shirt. Look at Geezer.
We got basically 50% of the original Black Sabbath being represented. All we need is an IO. Dude, you know what we really need, Tony? We need Bill Ward shirts, dude. I'm not kidding. That's not even a joke.
No joke. A shirtless Bill Ward on a shirt?
Just jugs bouncing, dude. Jugs. I'll tell you the truth. Tony and I couldn't help but notice when we went to our first Black Sabbath show in '97 down at the HP Pavilion. Pantera opened, by the way. And as soon as they hit the stage, there was Bill Ward playing drums, and he's shirtless. And let's be honest, he could have used the bro, as they invented on Seinfeld, the male bra, because his like jugs were just like bouncing all around while he was playing. And I was like, I respect it. I'm like, you know what? That's a guy who really doesn't give a damn about like appearances, about what people might think. He's like, I'm playing shirtless. If you don't like my man jugs, look away. Look away. Yeah,
totally. Look away for sure. Did you remember in Seinfeld when Kramer and Frank Costanza were dancing with each other, celebrating the man's ear?
Of course, of course. How about when Frank Costanza was getting ready to shoot a shot on the pool table, and then Kramer like got over his back and started hugging him, and then like Estelle walked in, and they're both wearing bras. It was a crazy, crazy moment in TV history. I want to go back to the Rams game, Tony. Puka Nacua getting fined $25K is a joke. That's a freaking joke. That's not going to affect him in any which way. And frankly, I expect this behavior to continue with him because that's not a severe enough fine. I think you got to do something more serious. And totally, not only did he tweet after the game 2 minutes after, he ripped the refs again in that tweet. That was like a subtle swipe at the refs. He did it twice.
Yep, and he did the LOL. And it's just, I don't know, man. The fact that is your first thought after losing a heartbreaker of a game and an amazing, very entertaining football game.
Yeah, it's crazy, wacky ass game.
That's your go-to move. That's your first thought of what you need to do, right? It's so bizarre, man. Like it's almost like I don't know, he was paid to do that by somebody or something. It's really bizarre. And again, like you said, wide receivers, dude. I don't know what it is about wide receivers.
Oh my God, it's the most diva position in all of sports. Like I will tell you this right now, from my lifetime of experience watching hockey, there is not a single diva in the NHL. Not one. Not a single. Not one. Those guys are not into that S. They just want to compete and skate and play hockey. In baseball, I don't know if we could use the word diva, but there are some like guys that are.
Dude, yeah, Manny Machado, dude. I'll go Manny Machado right out of the gates, dude.
As a diva.
Yes. Not a fan of his at all, dude. At all. Never been, never have been. Remember when he stomped on the ankle? I forget whose ankle it was, but he purposely stomped on the first baseman's ankle as he was
vaguely.
Running back.
I would counter that though. I remember one thing Manny Machado did that I really liked, and I think it was 2, maybe 3 seasons ago. He got into it with Tatis in the dugout because Tatis, I think, kind of dogged it on a ground ball. There was something Tatis did that pissed off Machado, and Machado kind of policed him in the dugout. It wasn't quite like a Bonds Kent chokeout session, but I was like, hey, Machado cares. Like he cares. He's trying to discipline this kid. So I kind of like that, but I feel you. But it is, dude, there's something about these freaking wide receivers in the NFL. And here's the crazy thing, Tony.
Paulie, this is only because you said to do this if it ever happens. So I want you to know that we're going to do on-air production, that you're blurry at the moment. And I saw Patty make a comment about you being blurry. So if you want to exit,
see you later.
And come right back, go for it. Okay. So Paulie and I talked about this, that if either of us is blurry on the screen, that we want to make sure that we do our due diligence and try and leave the studio and then come back. And usually that solves the problem. We'll see if it solves the problem. But yeah, watching Puka last night, I don't know. And it makes me think of Ayuk and what's going on with Ayuk. And I just don't get it. I really just don't get it. I don't know. I'm just so thankful for guys like George Kittle who just have so much fun playing the game and just keep it light and keep it, I don't know, goofy. George is a total goofball. I just love it. Or like Brock Purdy, who's a class act. I like Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts plays the game with a lot of passion, but a lot of like, I don't know, he's not a jackass or he's not a diva. Just trying to think. Justin Herbert's another guy I think of is not a diva. Certain people around the NFL, but it seems to be wide receivers. So it's just freaking bizarre. And Puka is a hell of a player. And it sucks that it takes away from Puka as the player. And you look at Sean McVay in the press conference last night. Here, let's add Paulie back to the screen to see if it works. Yeah, there we go. Nice.
You know what I mean?
Paulie Mac. There we go. Dude, I was just talking about Sean McVay in the post-game press conference. Did you see McVay in the post-game press conference?
I did. I don't know what you guys are talking about. What are you talking about? What? What?
And then
he's like catching up. Yeah.
When he's looking at his PR director, like, what are they talking about? Like, what, he kept looking to the side,
I almost feel bad for McVay because he's like, they had him backed into a corner. He didn't even know what they were talking about. He's like, what? Who did what? Mm-hmm. Like, he was like totally like aghast. But that's the thing. He's going to have to rein this kid in. McVay's going to have to pull him. And I know he backed him. Oh, I love this kid. I love his heart. I love everything about him. He's going to have to pull this kid aside, or somebody is maybe a veteran on the team, maybe Stafford, dude. Just say, Puka, calm the F down. Put your phone away, bro. Put it away.
Well, dude, especially we talked about this yesterday, Paulie, about the bad vibes on the Rams right now, and mainly because of Puka. McVay on a sleigh was requested multiple times on the chat. So
yeah, leave it up there. Just leave him there. Go ahead, leave him there. I don't mind. That's fine. I love looking at that.
And when we later on the show, we have a few more McVays from Don Peralta we can show.
Oh, but that's right. We got new ones. We got new McVays. Yeah.
I did feel bad, like you, Paulie. I'm like, man, he's in a tough spot up there right now because he's trying to defend Puka. He's also trying to be sensitive to what Puka has done and the reactions it's causing. And then he also doesn't even know what he's supposed to be responding to. Yeah,
it's a mess. It's a mess. Hold on, let me interrupt the show real quick. Watch this. Okay, I'm only doing this because I got to address one of my favorite people in the PMP community, and I see her lined up right there. It's my girl, Lily Merchant, who's been an OG gangster from day one, bro. I will never forget. We had our opening day party at Longbridge for the Giants, and there was Lily. She was posted up right at her table near the front. She had her whole crew with her. So, Lily, this is for you. I have yes.
I think we might be able to do it, Paulie. I think we can do it.
Oh, okay, good. Stand by. I was going to say, like, original. Okay, well, now I got to recalibrate because I was going to say, now, unless Tony's about to correct me, Lily, I was going to say that I recorded a little song for you, and just like you asked, I did a Billy Idol White Wedding, White Christmas song. It's short. It's really short, but it's a little tribute to you. And I recorded it. I gave it to Tony, and we were having problems loading it. So I was just about to say, we'll send it to the VIPs, but no, looks like we have an update. I don't know.
I think we can play it live, Paulie. We'll do it live. We'll do it live.
We'll do it live. Yeah.
So do you want to watch it now or do you want to do it later?
Well, sure. I mean, since I stopped the show to talk about it, I guess we should, because I didn't expect you were going to play it. I thought that we were going to
give it a whirl. I just tried. You know what? I'm going to try one more time to upload it, and then boom, it uploaded. So
hey, you give it a whirl, and I'll tell you what we'll do. Patty, let's do it now. Dom says do it now. All right, we're doing it now. Here we go. Lily, this is the Paulie Mac Billy Idol. And it doesn't sound that great. I'm not in a professional studio. I'm literally, by the way, well, it's too much to explain. But anyway, the sound quality is not all that we'd like it to be. We'll try to tighten that up next year. But for now, I present to you, let's see, how do I say this? I'll say Paulie Mac by way of Billy Idol, kind of altering his White Wedding into a Christmas carol for Lily.
Here we go.
Yeah, here we go. All right. There you go, Lily. That's for you, girl. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. You asked for it, you got it. And you know what it is, Tony? The guitar is always, because I'm very anal about like sound quality. I always want things to sound as good as possible. Tony's like that too. We're musicians. We're always like nitpicky about sound. What happens is the guitar is too loud and my vocal gets buried. Kind of, you know what I mean? You get more guitar than vocal. But anyway, the thought was there for you, Lily. We can spin that again before the end of the show if you like. But yeah, Stevie B, you like that? Okay. Anyway, Lily, thank you for the support this year. You've been a great, great friend and a great member of the community. So happy holidays to you and yours. That's for you.
Hey, Paulie, take my sleigh home. Yeah. Okay.
Take my sleigh home. Yeah, take my sleigh home. Yeah.
Boom, there you go. McVeigh on a sleigh. Paulie, but we talked about this yesterday, and I'm thinking that it's a thing, dude. There's bad mojo, bad vibes in Ram country right now.
Good. Burn the whole place down. Burn it to the ground. In fact, let me ask you this. This was something I think I was talking to Los D about last night, the great Carlos De La Fuente, Flex Funding. Look into him if you haven't already. Carlos, he was like, hey, man, we always talk during games, like we're always kicking stuff around. And I told him, I said, listen, I'm watching this game, but I'm conflicted. Like I picked the Rams to win that game last night. And like when we were just like kind of casually, examining the game yesterday, and as the game started, I'm like, I hate both these teams. Like I was really conflicted last night. It was an uncomfortable place to be as a Niner fan watching this whole thing go down. How did you kind of receive that game last night?
I definitely feel the same. But I said, you know what? I hate LA. I hate the Rams more because of my disdain for just Southern California or Los Angeles. I shouldn't say all of Southern California. I like San Diego. And I like San Clemente, certain parts of Southern California, but just LA, I'm not a big fan. Just not a big fan.
I don't mind going down there because I go down there for shows sometimes. Like I love the LA Forum. Just by the way, I love it's one of my favorite buildings actually because it's super old school and there's so much history in that building. So I love the LA Forum. I love the Hollywood Bowl. I saw a Dead and Company there a few years back. I really enjoyed that. Really, really cool historic venue. I like LA, Tony, but I like getting out of there after a couple of days. I go see my buddies.
If I had to choose between Seattle and Los Angeles, though, I would visit Seattle 100 times out of 100 before LA. I really would. I like Seattle much more than I do Los Angeles. So that's why the Rams get more. And also just the Rams rivalry in the 80s and stuff, man. And then like to go back to like Vince Ferragamo and Jack Youngblood.
Lawrence McCutcheon. I'll throw a Lawrence McCutcheon on the pile.
McCutcheon, dude. Henry Ellard. Remember Henry Ellard? And
how about what's the other guy? Jackie Slater, was that his name? Jackie Slater,
78, number 78. But then I definitely the only thing that saved the Seahawks for me in those like the Legion of Boom and all that stuff is Marshawn Lynch was super entertaining, and I've always loved Marshawn when he was a Cow Bear, and when he was a Seahawk, I'm like, okay, at least he's entertaining and fun to watch. But
did you see Marshawn Lynch on the post game last night? He jumped on with NFL. Oh my God! Did you hear about this?
No, I saw a blip of it, but I didn't see it. What did he say?
Oh, dude, he jumped on with who were the guys on the NFL Network? I forget. Whoever's doing the post-game show on NFL, and I didn't see it live, to be honest. I saw it this morning online, but he jumped on there, dude, and dude, they were beeping him like he was Richard Pryor, like every other freaking word, beep, 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 and then it was one long one that went on for like 7 seconds. He was like in his chair, like leaning back, holding the mic, Tony, like this. He was like, yeah, just talking, and it was just like beep. It was just like this long beep, dude. So he was feeling loose. He might have had a couple of pops last night during the game, Marshawn. Wouldn't surprise
me. I think you have a beep on your Roadcaster, by the way, just so you know, on that page, the same page as the air horn. There's a bleep or a beep.
I don't know about that, but I'll give you some. I should be doing this more often, Tony. How about the PMP chimes? Beautiful. Why am I not doing that more often? I don't know. You've
got a soundboard at your leisure. Use it, and then there's a beep. I swear there's a beep. I promise you. Like,
I believe you. I'm just not going to go on a wild goose hunt right now. But I will tell you this, Tony. Maybe this is like a new transition sound. Tony, it's time to talk about stellar design. You know what I mean? Like what it's
very Brady Bunch-esque. Very Brady. Like
I'm having a good time with this.
Paulie and I used to use on our show a long time ago certain chimes from Brady Bunch when they would change scenes, like ba-da-da-da-da or whatever. Like, they would change scenes from.
How did we get I think we did that on VHS tape. I think it was so long ago we were recording it on TV. That was actually one of the easiest ways to cut sound.
Yep.
It's gotten a lot harder over the years, Tony. as you know. Sorry, I'm like a little kid with a new toy over here now. Anyway, go back to this thing. So, how do you feel about both teams after watching that game last night? Like, I still kind of fear the Rams. I got to be honest, because you saw what they can do. They put points on the board, but Seattle last night, what a huge win for them. And Darnold, man, that was like probably the greatest game of his career. The fact that he led them back in that game to a victory in overtime. I mean, that was pretty damn dramatic stuff.
Oh, 100%. And Darnold has to be feeling damn good about himself. And the Seahawks, dude, that game, they were down 30-14. And I was like, oh, man, damn it. Rams got him. And then that run back by Rashid Shaheed, and then a couple of drives by Darnold. It's like, okay, he's found his rhythm, because he did not have a good first half. You know, I mean, I had a decent first half. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great. And then supposedly the Rams were talking all kinds of trash, being up 30-14. So it's just dessert for them to just gag at the end and only score one touchdown and the rest of the way after being up 30-14. And even because they were talking about that 2-point conversion call that was weird, but it was a lateral.
A little dicey,
but it was a lateral. It was the right call. But the wrong thing that happened is that the refs should never have blown the whistle the play dead. They should have just let the play out. You know what I mean? And it was smart for Charbonnet to grab the ball. It was smart for him to grab the ball. That's what gave him the 2-point conversion. Is that he?
By the way, every time you say Charbonnet, Tony, I think about like that sounds like a nice glass of wine. I'll take a Charbonnet, please. We'll take 2 Charbonnets. You know what I mean? Like, it just sounds like something light and refreshing on a hot summer day up in Napa. Patty probably drinks Charbonnet. You know what I mean? Patty's got a whole cellar full of Charbonnet up there. And what's up, Patty from Napa? Thanks for all the help this year. Thanks for the help today. Who we kidding? Thanks for today.
Sorry, Paulie. I apologize to just hijack the show.
It's business. It's business time. I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to say it's time for business. It's business time. Ooh.
Patty from Napa is a super.
Oh.
And Patty, thank you for the super. And yes, thank you for earlier today. And she says, happy holidays to all. PMP Familia is the best. Our own little therapy group, and 2026 will rock. And you're damn right, Patty. Thank you.
By the way, if this is a therapy group and Tony and I are the therapists, good luck. Good luck, everybody. Believe me, we're in no position to be giving advice to anybody. I'll tell you the truth. I need a lot of help. I acknowledge that. I need a lot of therapy. I don't know if we should be considered therapists, though. Tony, you know what's funny about last night, too, is when the Rams went up really big in that game, I bailed out. I left. I told Los D, I'm like, I'm on the Warriors now. And dude, that was another insane. I don't know how many of you saw the Warriors last night because of the Thursday night football game, but I did. I bailed out when the Rams went up big. And dude, that Warrior game, another heartbreaking loss, by the way, if you didn't see it, they lost by 1. There was a foul called literally at the buzzer with 0.04 seconds left on the clock. And they gave Phoenix a couple of free throws. The kid made one, game over. Suns win by 1. They will see the Suns again on Saturday, and that is significant because of what Dillon Brooks did last night to Steph Curry. Now, here's the thing about Dillon Brooks. I want to talk about this guy a little bit. Dami Peralta. Dude, by the way, Dami Peralta, Stellar Design, Peralta Arts, you know him, you love him. He's our main man. This guy is one of the most, like, gentle, cool, kind human beings I've ever met. He lost his mind last night when Dillon Brooks hit Steph Curry. Dom Peralta was texting me. He's like, he's a disgusting piece of S. I've had it with this guy. Like, Dom was pissed. And I was pissed too, Dom. I'm not kidding. I was pissed too. He's a jackass. He's a punk. It was a dirty play. It served no purpose. If you didn't see this, Steph was in the corner. It was a very, very tight game. I think the Warriors were down by 6 at this point, maybe like less than a minute left in the fourth quarter. Steph's in the corner, shoots a 3, and look at this position I'm in. Look how defenseless you are when you let go of a basketball. This is where Steph was. This was his body language. Dillon Brooks comes flying in trying to block the shot. Okay, that's standard NBA defense. Then after the ball leaves his hand, Dillon Brooks winds up and just basically kind of karate chops Steph right in the gut. And I think it probably knocked the wind out of him because Steph literally hit the ground and stayed there for a couple of minutes. And you don't see Steph Curry do that a lot. He's actually much, much tougher maybe than people assume he is because, do you have the play? Yeah, let's watch it. There you go.
Yeah, here we go. Here's the play. I mean, so look at, and by the way, no surprise and nothing new from this jackhole, this jackass. I never liked him.
Nobody does.
He's a dirty player. And he tries to say it's under the guise of competition and trying to win ball games, dude. F you, dude.
Hey, Tony,
yeah.
did you know, buddy, that he had just been ejected from the game previous to this one? So the game before last night, he had just been ejected. And I got to tell you, after you roll the tape, I thought he should have been ejected here, and they only gave him a flagrant one. They gave him a flagrant one. I don't know what's up with the refs. You can basically walk up to Steph Curry, kick him in the nuts on the court, and get a common foul. Like I don't understand it.
If that's LeBron, if that's SGA, like the new superstar, if there's certain players, if that's Giannis that's getting that type of treatment, they would probably have tossed Dillon Brooks. You know what I'm saying? Just to make a statement. But nope, for some reason it's Steph Curry. So here's the play. And it's going to make you angry if you haven't
seen it yet. But yeah, prepare to be pissed off because it really is upsetting what he did. It's such a dirty punk ass move.
There is a warrior
there's the shot.
The reputation test, but hit you in the stomach for no reason.
There. It doesn't look as bad from that angle.
But what's the point of that?
But Steph wincing in pain.
There we go. One more time. We can put the volume down.
That has dealt with the reputation
test.
So there. I mean, it's just.
I think it probably. Yeah, I'm sorry, Tony. Go ahead.
Completely unnecessary and complete bush league. Dirty. He's a dirty player. He's gonna get his at some point. Somebody's gonna just. I don't know.
Well, on that note, let's talk about that. Let's talk about a little payback here because, listen, Draymond Green, you see him right there. Draymond standing right out there on the perimeter. He saw the whole thing. Mm-hmm. I would expect and I would hope, actually, that Day exacts a little revenge on Saturday because they're going to see each other again, and it's going to be at Chase Center. So if I'm Draymond Green, you know what, bro? You do what you got to do. You hit him with it. I don't care what you do. Hit him with an elbow. Hit him. I don't care, but I want Draymond to exact some form of payback here, and I think he probably will. You can't be hitting the bell cow for the goal. And this is one of the greatest players in the history of the sport. I hate to see him punked like that, and I think it knocked the wind out of him. I think that's why he knocked down.
I was going to say, he's not the LeBron, the peekaboo LeBron. Steph is not an actor like LeBron looking for the foul and looking for the pity and looking for the attention. That's not Steph's game. It's never been Steph's game. So when he's writhing on the floor, he must have been in some serious pain. I have to believe 100% that he was in some serious pain from a Bush League dirty play from a dirty player, man. It's just so, yeah, all of a sudden, all eyes on Dillon Brooks on Saturday night. And by the way, this is after you go to Longbridge Pizza and have pizza and beer before you go to Chase Center. That is
either way. Maybe grab a pie after the game on the way home. Like whatever, Tony, whatever suits your fancy.
Dude, I like suiting your fancy or my fancy. Stand by.
Oh yeah. It's business time.
Dude, look at this. SGA Sports Talk has just became a member of the PMP VIP for a month. And he says, "Hi, Paulie and Tony. Can I join the show? And I'm also a massive fan of your YouTube channel. You make some killer ass content and keep it rocking." Dude, SGA Sports Talk. Spread the word. Thank you very much for the kind words. Like and subscribe at Polymax Particles on YouTube. Please, everybody, hit the like button. Subscribe while you're there. We got to tap into that algorithm and just keep things moving, forward with YouTube and playing the game with YouTube, Paulie.
Thanks, SGA. And if you ever want to do something like collaborative, if that's what you're asking, shoot us an email. Just break it down via email, paulyspod@gmail.com. We go through everything in there, and there's a lot of requests. And again, on that note, we can open this up again just to remind people that we do not have a guest sponsor today for the music assignment, but that's the kind of thing that's up for grabs. The musical assignment, hot and sour picks, Tony's top 3, studs and duds, anything you want to join us for, just sponsor the segment and we will put you on the air with us. And we love it. We're hoping we get a lot more of that next year. That was actually Patty's idea. That was one of the great Patty from Napa's idea. She's like, because we were like, how do we involve the audience more? I love looking at the comments and stuff, but I also love talking to people like we used to on talk radio. And isn't it funny, dude? Like the whole kind of format of, and it's only because it's like an oxymoron. Tony, it's talk radio,
right?
But they basically phased out taking calls years ago, and I was never a big fan of that. I love interacting with the audience. I love talking to the people. Tony's the same way, and we've always been that kind of show. Like when Tony and I work together, we like talking to people. So anyway, if you want to sponsor a segment sometime, just shoot us an email. We'll definitely put you on the calendar. paulyspod@gmail.com. Tony,
Paulie, on that note, real quick, think about all the content that is given to us from the chat and from the people that have joined the show. Sweet Mad Hatter last week was fantastic.
Yeah.
Aaron Cask, fantastic. Bonnie, Scarlet Fire, fantastic. Patty from Napa. Everybody that's come on the show so far has been added to the show and added content to the show. Sweet Mad Hatter from his house in Central Oregon, and it was great. We're talking trout fishing of all things. It was a great segment. Anyways, Aaron Cass talking Tool, Bonnie at Scarlet Fire talking showing us her ticket stubs, and Patty from Napa talking Eagles. More of that in 2026, please. More.
Yeah, for sure. And by the way, I want to shout out my buddy. I saw him a couple of minutes ago, Jeff Faust from the Peaches. He's on the board today. And it's funny, Tony was talking about catching trout because, Jeff, if you missed yesterday's show, I was telling Tony we got to get his ass up there with his Italy hat on, and you got to let him catch some of those bass that you let me catch. Because this guy's like a freaking mad scientist. He's like, Paulie, I'm gonna row us right over here. We're gonna catch some bass right here. You ready? I go, yeah. He goes, throw a line in. Boom, I got a bite within 10 seconds. He's a madman. So anyway, we'll try to do that in the new year. Tony,
and you mentioned Jeff Faust. I just want to promote his gig, Freestone Peaches. Freestone Peaches, December 27th at the Hop Monk in Sebastopol, Rod Brooks's backyard. So I think Rod actually might be going to that show, number one, and I'm going to try and get up there as well.
I might try to go to that show too. Yeah.
December 27th, Hop Monk in Sebastopol, Freestone Peaches, incredible Allman Brothers cover band, and Jeff Faust on the ukulele looking the Koa wood bass, dude. The Koa wood bass, it's phenomenal. So
yeah, man,
that gig for sure.
When Jeff Faust isn't laying down killer Allman Brothers bass lines, he's pulling trout in like a freaking madman, like a world-class fisherman. Tony, I look at the clock and you know what it's time for? Yeah, that's going to be a regular thing now. I don't know what took me so long. It took me all year to embrace this. Now I can't stop. Tony, let's talk about Stellar Design, the great Dom Peralta for a minute. He's been this guy's a Hall of Fame supporter of the show. Hall of Fame friend, Hall of Fame human being, period, end of story. This kid's been great with us. Thank you for everything, Dom, this year. We're going to do something a little bit different today. Rather than talk about Stellar Design, which you can always talk to Dominic at stellar.design. Reach out to him anytime. Hire him for his artistic services, his artistic talents. He can make your next event really sparkle with a personalized poster or, marketing tools, whatever. Dom will bring your next thing to life. So just reach out and talk to Dom anytime. 650-796-3144. But this will indicate it's kind of how selfless Dom is. Dom, excuse me. Because Dom just gives. Dom's like, take this, take this, take this, take this. And he doesn't take. He just gives. And with that in mind, Dom Peralta today asked us if we could revisit the fundraising drive we did a few months ago. We did this in September for the San Francisco Marin County Food Bank. And if you look at the artwork on your screen right now, again, all created by Dom, we raised $1,610 out of a projected $2,000. That was our goal. We were trying to get to $2,000. So being that this is the holidays, and I would say most of us are pretty fortunate, like the fact that we're even here, we have our lights on, we have a roof over our heads, we have computers, we're all typing on the comment line, so we're okay. You know what I mean? By and large, like we're okay. We're surviving in this world. There are a lot of people that are not as fortunate as we are, so this is the time you got to think of them, man. Our fellow brothers and sisters who are having a harder time than we are, if you can donate any amount, $5, $10, $20, whatever you can afford, just a little bit would go a long way, and it really does. Tony, I went out yesterday. I fed the homeless guys in San Rafael yesterday after the show, and I'll tell you this, as soon as I walked up the steps, because you got to kind of walk up these steps where the old police station is, and there's like a little tent scene there. These two dudes were sitting there, and I had a bunch of food in a bag, and I just walked up, and I'm like, hey, you guys, if you're hungry, there's some food here. And I said, spread it around. And, dude, I gave these guys the bag. They were incredibly thankful. And then, dude, when I turned around to walk away and I looked back over my shoulder, they were already in the bag eating. Good. That's how hungry these guys were. So I'm just saying, like, it's a real thing. Hunger's a real thing. And I just hate to think about people without anything to eat. So if you can help, please do. Tony, can you let people know how they can find this?
Yeah, it's simple. Just go to our YouTube channel at Polymax Particles, and right below our bio is the links that you can click on, and it's literally says links, and you click on that, and then there you will see the SF Marin Food Bank link right there, the GoFundMe link, which is what I'm showing you right now. That is, I clicked on that link, and that is the link right here. You'll see this logo, and you'll see the ability to donate. And like Paulie said, $2, $5, $10, 20, whatever, it all adds up and it all makes a difference. It doesn't matter what amount. Like, it's funny, Paulie, we're fundraising for my son to go to Cooperstown right now, and I'm saying the same thing to people. Don't feel pressure to give it. Literally, if you give $5, it'll add up. You know, so in the same thing, and this is a far more important thing than my son's Cooperstown trip. These are people that are actually really struggling and need the help. So so if you go to our YouTube channel at Polymax Particles, right under our bio, click links and click the GoFundMe page, and you can donate if you can.
Thanks.
Really appreciate the help.
Thanks, Tony. And thank you, Dom, very much. Yeah, man, this is a great thing we can do. A selfless act, an act of kindness. Let's just help people out there in the spirit of the holiday season. So thank you, Dommy. And by the way, if you're a Dom Peralta fan, as I am, make sure you're with us on Monday, because Dommy is going to be riding shotgun with yours truly. It's going to be, you won't see Tony, but you'll see Dom right there. So I'm looking forward to that too, Dom. We're going to have a lot of fun next week. And then Rags, we got Rags coming out of the bullpen on Tuesday. That's going to be, better have the censors ready for that show. That's going to be a good time. Okay, Tony, on the back half of the show, and again, I'm getting like kind of emotional now. This is like the last waltz of 2025, where Tony and I ride together, and he'll be out next week. So how do you want to proceed from here? Because we still got to do hot and sour picks. We have to do the music assignment. And by the way, just so I don't forget this one little thing, shout out Macklin Celebrini. This kid's off his ass. He's doing it. I mean, this kid, he is really like one of the most exciting, young, talented hockey players I've seen in a long time. What this kid is doing is remarkable. And he was doing more fireworks last night. I just wanted to get his name out there before I forget that. So anyway, Tony,
I'm looking at my notes, Paulie. Tell Dillon Brooks to F himself.
Right.
Puka Nakua is out of his mind.
Right.
Seattle beats Rams in overtime. We haven't talked Niners Indy at all, but you have Monday to talk about that as well. But I am curious to know right now, are you beaming with confidence in that game? Are you skeptical? Are you nervous? How are you feeling about that game?
I'm cautious. With it. You know, I think, again, like I know I keep saying this, I don't want to beat it too hard, but if you watch that game last week, Colts at Seattle, the Seattle defense had their hands full with them, dude. That was a tight game. That was a really tight game. So I'm confident, but I'm also cautious. You just got to be careful this time of year. I think the Niners should win this game. I expect them to win this game, but at the same time, don't assume. You know what I mean? Don't assume we're going to roll in there and just like dismantle them.
You know what happens when you assume, Paulie?
Tell me.
You make an ass out of you and me.
Nice. Yeah. Sure. Shout out The Odd Couple. I saw Felix Unger do that when I was a little kid. He actually did it on a blackboard, because you make an ass of you and me. He was like yelling, Rags, you remember that one? Yeah.
Hey, by the way, Andrew Markulis checking in from Tahoe, says it's snowing a little bit in Tahoe, but it's going to be all washed away with the rain that's coming, which is a big time bummer because we're hoping snow comes. But he says Celebrini's younger brother is also tearing it up in youth hockey.
Okay.
So, pretty wild stuff, the Celebrini family. And don't forget, Macklin's dad was head trainer for the Warriors, right?
Yep.
So and
Rick Celebrini, Tony. Rick Celebrini. Let's not forget, we did a tribute song. The only tribute song to a trainer we've ever done. We did it to the song Amadeus.
Falco. Was that Falco, right?
Correct.
Well, come on, rock me, Amadeus.
I gotta tell you the truth. When I played that song on KMBR years ago, we Celebrini.
Yeah.
Dude, Raymond Ritter called me that day and he was like, Paul, you got to get me a copy of that ASAP. He's like, send me an MP3. And I was like, okay. So he was really excited that we did a song for their trainer. Dude, that'll never happen again, you know?
Totally, dude. And by the way, we should do a song for Raymond Ritter, because look at that. I just want to put that back up. Dom made this. That's Raymond Ritter's vest, going to be put up in the rafters at Chase Center one day.
I don't even know where to begin. It would be like an epic like a 15-minute song, the Ballad of Raymond Ritter. By the way, when the refs were sorting through the Dillon Brooks BS last night, dude, Raymond Ritter was on camera for long periods of time, just sitting there with the vest, looking up at everybody. Steph was standing right there. I always have my eyes on Raymond. When you can see him on TV, it's like a tradition in my house. I always go, oh, look, there's Raymond. People are so sick of me doing that, but I do it every game. There's Raymond.
Love Raymond. Great member of the bald community too. Just representing the bald community strong.
I think as far as bald-headed presentation goes, he might be the best in the business, because His is like shined up. He like polishes it or something. Like he looks spectacular, like with his clean head. Like he looks like Mr. Clean. Remember Mr. Clean on the detergent? Yeah.
Yeah, God, yeah. He reps it strong, and my kids know who he is now too. And if we're watching a water game, they'll point him out too, which is great.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah. So Tony, hold on. Are we gonna do hot? I think we should do hot and sour. We got to get through all our picks, and we got to do music assignment.
Yeah, let's do that because hot and sour, man.
You look perplexed. What are you doing over there? You keep looking down. You got something else you want?
No, just looking at my notes. We also, Don Peralta, check in on the chat because Neil Denardi also wanted to mention the holiday party that he is throwing tomorrow.
I know. He told me that too. Yeah,
tomorrow. Yeah,
correct.
Tomorrow, right?
Correct.
So maybe towards the end of the show, we'll tease or promote anybody open invitation from Neil to the PNP Familia to his family's holiday gathering in South San Francisco tomorrow. We'll give the details before the end of the show. I have a note to give the details for that, Paulie. But we can go into hot and sour. I'm very excited. Real quick to finish the Dillon Brooks Phoenix Suns thing. I am very excited for Saturday, and I hate to promote this, but like you said, I really hope Draymond. And maybe not Draymond, maybe somebody else, but somebody does something to send a message to
maybe
Dillon
Quentin
Brooks.
Post. Quentin Post is a pretty strong, physical, big-ass kid, man, and he don't mind mixing it up. Like, he gets in the paint. He's physical. Quentin Post is physical. I would love that. Just a nice Quentin Post elbow to the ribs of a Dillon. It's something. You can't let this guy be swinging at Steph Curry like that, man. No Steph Curry. There's no chance. There's no nothing without Steph Curry. So someone needs to find this guy in a corner, in the paint somewhere, and let him have it. Draymond Green, Quentin Post. You know who else a pretty tough kid out there is Trace Jackson Davis. He's pretty physical too. He can hold his own. So somebody, one of those three, just get out there and let them know that is not okay because we're all.
It just stinks too. Like you look at Puka Nacua last night, or you look at Dillon Brooks last night. These guys, they're very, very good players. Like Dillon Brooks is actually a damn good basketball player, but he's such a punk, dude, that it takes away from the appreciation of him as a basketball player.
And I kind of question his intelligence after what he did. Like, what is the point of what he did last night? There's literally no point to that. Like, what are you trying to accomplish?
Did you see his BS quote where he says, I got to do some soul searching, but he was actually saying, like, I've been lifting too many weights and I didn't,
I did not. This is after last night's game?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that.
Weird quotes about, I got to do some soul searching, and I got to make sure I don't put my team in a bad position, and I've been lifting too many weights. And it's like, what are you talking about, dude? You gave one of the greatest players in the history of the game a dirty play, a cheap shot on one of the greatest players to ever play the game. Part of me thinks it's just a jealousy thing, man. It's just a jealousy thing.
Well, he's got a pretty famous kind of feud going with LeBron James. Like you saw what him and LeBron were tangled up a couple nights ago too. And LeBron went crazy. LeBron,
one time I'm rooting for LeBron.
But of course, LeBron's going to be like, he's going to be the king of the NBA no matter what. Because when he was trying to go after Dillon Brooks a couple of nights ago, LeBron James, he literally grabbed one of the referees by the arm. You cannot make contact with the refs under any circumstance. LeBron James literally grabbed a ref and almost started shaking him. Of course, there's no repercussions there. Here's what's interesting about Dillon Brooks. I don't know how many of you ever saw this. It's still on Netflix, and I do recommend it. It's a really cool watch. Yeah. There's a little documentary about the Olympic Games last year when the United States won the gold medal, and Steph Curry put on that show that was just an unforgettable, one of the greatest shows I've ever seen. The gold medal game, I think it was against France, where he just went off. He took over like Steph does. In that series, there is a pretty lengthy portion of one of the episodes about Dillon Brooks, because Dillon Brooks played for Team Canada. And when you see him interviewed in this documentary, he seems like an okay guy. Like, he's super chill. He's one of these guys that when he talks off the mic, he's like, yeah, I'm just training a lot. I'm working out. Like, he's super chill like that. And then you see him on the court acting like a jackass. So it's hard to kind of make sense of that. Like his off the court kind of real personality and this kind of, bully thing he does on the court. But to me, dude, he's like a half-ass bully. I saw real bullies, bro. I saw Charles Oakley play. I saw Dennis Rodman play.
Bill Lambier, dude. Bill Lamb freaking beer, dude.
Bill Lambier. I mean, so Dillon Brooks to me is like a Johnny-come-lately kind of wannabe tough guy, dude. He's a fake. He's not really a tough guy. He's a tough guy by today's softer standards, and the NBA has gotten so effing soft. We were talking about divas earlier in the show. There's a lot of them in the NBA. There's a lot of them out there. Let's just be honest. We all know it. We see it all the time. So again, I hate fake tough guys. I hate that. You know what I mean? You want to be a real tough guy? Be a tough guy. Go to Steph face to face. Don't give him a cheap shot.
Dude, would you consider Juwan Jennings a fake tough guy?
I consider Juwan. No, I don't. No, I don't consider him a tough guy at all. Really.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, I don't think of it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on in his world either, man. I just need him to produce. That's all. I think I saw David Lombardi posted the other day that he's hit already some of his incentives, and he stands to hit a bunch more in the last 3 games here. So, I mean, he has definitely had a better second half of the season than first half. Yeah, but maybe that's because he treated the first half of the season as his training camp when he should have treated training camp as his training camp and not the first half of the season, Paulie. I don't know. Just for a goof, go to training camp next year, Juwan.
Yeah, why not? Just to see what happens. And Beat LA, I love it. Yeah, but Beat LA just posted. But he's what we called back in the 90s a poser. By the way, that's a word I still use all the time. I see posers all over the place, and I'm not afraid to say them. Okay, Tony. So I believe we are. Let me get the chimes. Hold on. Okay. So are we ready for hot and sour?
Yeah. Stand by.
Okay.
Here we go. And stand by in a 3 and a 2 and a 1.
Yeah.
Come on, Tony, do you do more than that? We're hot and sour, all right.
2 slices.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. There we go.
I thought I did it with a little chime. Okay, Tony, here we go. Hot and sour picks. First of all, let's get everybody caught up from last week's results. We both went 1-1 last week. We both had a split. So I have now moved to 17-11 on the year. Creative Tony is sitting comfortably at 12-16. So, Tony, I love that, man. I would love to have that on a t-shirt or a hat, man. The chopsticks, the hot and sour soup, it's all there. Tony, and by the way, how about trying to eat hot and sour soup with chopsticks? Maybe throw a spoon up there too. I don't know. Anyway, Tony.
Paulie, when I was in Japan playing baseball, the host family taught me how to basically eat soup and rice with chopsticks, and you just basically shovel. You hold
the bowl like right up to your mouth, basically. Yeah.
Shovel. And once I did that, now I do that all the time. My kids think I'm so obnoxious when we're out at like a Japanese, like a sushi spot. Dad, put it down. I'm like, no, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. Just put the bowl up and just go get after it. Good miso soup. Come on. It's soup weather, Paulie, by the way. And so I like a good miso soup. I like a good bowl of pho too. It's not Japanese, obviously. Vietnamese pho. Do you ever have pho, Paulie?
I'm not sure. I think so. It's got a bunch of noodles and like kale and stuff in it, right? Is that right?
Yeah,
like wontons and all that?
It's a good brothy soup, man. Check out, get some good pho. There's got to be good pho near you. There's got to be.
I don't know. I'll look into it. Yeah, I got it. I'm not sure. I'll find out. I'll be on the warpath for that. All right, Tony, I want you to get the festivity started today.
You show me the way. Okay, Paulie, my first pick, this is an interesting pick because it could backfire, but you know what? F it all. I'm going to take the Patriots on the road at Baltimore, Sunday Night Football. The Patriots are getting 3 points.
Give me some records too. The Pats are what, 11-4 now?
Pats are 11-3. Pats are 11-3.
Okay.
And the Patriots they're under 500. They're 6-7, I believe. They're
not the Patriots. You mean the Ravens?
Sorry, the Ravens. The Ravens.
Yeah.
But here's what you really need to know: the Patriots are 6-0 on the road.
Wow.
The Ravens are 3-5.
So stop right there. You're telling me, I don't even think I realized that. So you're telling me all the Patriots losses have been on their own field?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, that's wild. That doesn't bode well for their playoff hopes.
Right?
That's interesting.
Isn't that interesting? So they're 6-0 on the road. Ravens are 3-5 at home. The Ravens are 0-2 this year for home prime time games. And this is the Sunday Night Football matchup. And I believe that what was it? There was a good against the spread numbers too. I forget what those were, but the main thing I like is that the Patriots are 6-0 on the road, and the Patriots are coming off of their loss to Buffalo last week.
Right.
Now the Ravens did shut out Cincinnati last week, but the Cincinnati defense is so bad that I'm not going to give that much credit. So I do see the Pats going into Baltimore, not only covering, but winning the game. I think they win the game outright in Baltimore. And I think that the Ravens are just on the Derrick Henry is the only thing I'm worried about in that game. I'm not even worried that much about as much about Lamar.
Why is that?
Because he's struggling this year. He's playing hurt. He's not playing very well.
No.
He's not playing with the same swagger and confidence that he usually plays with. So he looked better last week, but again, that was Cincinnati. Like, I don't know. The Patriots are a much better defense than Cincinnati. So I'm taking the Pats +3 on the road in Baltimore, Paulie.
I like that pick. It's funny you took that game because I was actually looking at that game this morning too. I was like, that might be a good one to take the Pats on, like you said, especially coming off a loss on the road. By the way, do you still have the number? If you don't, no sweat. But if you have the numbers in front of you, what's the Patriots' record at home?
Whatever that is, because they're 11-3.
Yeah,
so that means that they'd be 5-3 at home.
God damn, 5-3 at home. That's crazy. I'm really surprised to hear that. But okay.
Don't forget, too, Mike Vrabel coached Derrick Henry for 5 or 6 years in Tennessee. So Vrabel knows Derrick Henry very well. So the question is, does he know how to stop Derrick Henry? That's the big question. But it'll be very interesting because I don't know if there's much of a home field advantage. There's more of like a road advantage for the Patriots in this game. So also I read this too. Dude, Drake May, like his MVP campaign. Granted, we've talked about the strength of schedule is a little bit lacking for the Patriots, but entering this week, he ranks second in the NFL behind Matthew Stafford with 26 completions that traveled 20 or more yards in the air. So he likes to throw downfield. So I'm wondering if there's going to be some of that action in Baltimore as well. So I'm looking forward. I actually think it's going to be a high-scoring game too. So go Pats. 3 in Baltimore, Sunday Night Football.
Okay, couple of quick things here, Tony. I just want to give some acknowledgments to the comments line. First of all, Joe Cool talking about seeing the Rolling Stones and Santana at Day on the Green in '78. I'm extremely jealous.
Where did that come from? That's
I don't know.
awesome.
It's sitting up there right now. I don't know, but I love it. I love the report, and I'm very jealous. And I was a little kid in San Francisco at that time, but I was not at that gig. And then there was somebody else who's already out of my eye line now, but somebody just wrote this a second ago, Tony. I'm going to bounce this off you. Somebody said, Phillip Rivers finds his groove on Sunday or Monday and deals the Niners a heartbreaking loss. Somebody just wrote that on the line there. Kind of grabbed my attention. Yeah.
So this person, I just found it. It's this person is at Observer L1HQ, says Phillip Rivers finds his groove and deals the Niners a heartbreaking loss. If that's the case, then maybe the season is just not what it's just not meant to be this year, because the Phillip Rivers, there's no way that should happen this weekend. The Niners should win by at least 10, if not 14. That's just what I'm thinking in Indy. That's just what I think.
I do worry. I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm cautious. I'm not like, I don't know, maybe worried is too strong. Again, I think the Niners are the better team. They should go in there and win this game and handle their business. They need to win this game. But again, I'm always cautious with old man Rivers. I don't care. I've seen him do too many things over the years to just dismiss him outright. Okay.
By the way, Paulie, remember last night we talked about like interceptions? Like it turns out that Darnold was the one throwing picks and not Stafford. So
I
Stafford
know.
had 3 TDs, added 3 more TDs to his TD count for the season. Also, 457 yards passing for Stafford last night. That's just outrageous. What did Los? Los had a great stat last night about the team that they lost the game, but they had no turnovers and over 500 yards of total offense, and they lost the game. That's so
well, that's
wild.
that's like the NFL equivalent of what we've been talking about all week when Steph Curry goes for 48 points and the Warriors lose. Like, how is that even possible?
Or Paulie, how about Jimmy Butler going for 31 last night and they lose? Like,
I sense a lot of frustration right now on that Warrior, but you can just see it. You can see it. Like, I thought Jimmy Butler looked kind of pissed off at the end of the game, and he should be. Like, it's Warriors have lost 3 in a row. They're 2 games under 500 for the first time all year, and they shouldn't be. There's too much talent there. Something is weird right now with the Warriors, man. I don't know. The energy is off. They're having all these really tough losses. And the worst part, Tony, is, and I know we're in football picks. I'll go back in 10 seconds, I promise.
Yeah.
But it's like the Warriors have not been getting blown out. They're losing games like last night. They're losing by 1 point. They're losing by 3 points. They're losing by a bucket. It's like really frustrating. And I feel like, I think it was Monty Poole who said this late last night after the game. Monty Poole was like, I'm not going to call Saturday a must win, but the Warriors really need to find their legs again and get a win, especially on their own floor. Because even at home, it's not been a great advantage for them today. So things are.
Shout out Monty Poole too, dude. I mean, we've always been huge Monty Poole fans. We should get him on the show, Pete.
I'd love to talk to Monty. I don't know. I got to be honest. I don't know him that well. We know each other like casually, but I'm a very big fan of his work, and I always have been because he's like a no BS guy.
Yep.
He's just a no BS guy, and he knows basketball inside and out. Great call, T. We can try. Reach out to him in the new year.
I agree with him. Saturday's a big game, man. I'm really looking forward to it. Actually, that's the start of That's the kids out of school. Maybe we have to make it up to Chase Center and Long.
We might be at Denardi's. You know what I mean? We might be down at Denardi's holiday blowout tomorrow, which I'm looking forward to very much. All right, so Tony, let me give you my first pick. Why don't we do this? We'll go.
Only last thing. I apologize.
Hold on, let's do it the right way. Hold on. Go ahead, Tony.
Or give me the chime one more time.
Stand by. Okay. Yes.
We're doubling up. I just want to say, too, the other thing that makes me feel good about this Patriots game is that I don't see the Patriots losing 2 games in a row, and they lost last week to Buffalo. So I don't see them losing 2 games in a row. So
yeah, I'll buy that.
Proceed.
Okay, thanks. I do like the pick. I got to admit. Okay, my first game of the week. Where'd it go? I am looking at. Oh my God, what have I done here, Tony? Wait a second. What have I done? Do I have notes from last week? I don't know what's here. It is. Okay. I was looking at last week. So I'm like, wait a minute. Take 2, everybody. Here we go. Yeah. I was looking at last week's hot and sour. I'm like, that doesn't look right. All right, you guys. First game of the week, I want to talk about. This is a big one in the NFC, actually. This is going to be old school, black and blue, like 10 degrees. This is going to be great. The Packers going into Chicago. Huge home game for the Chicago Bears. If you look at the numbers here, this is why this time of year is so great in the NFL. Packers come in with that 9-4-1 record. They had that one tie with the Cowboys, and the Bears are currently sitting there with their 10-4 record. They're tough at home, the Bears. They're 5-1 at home. This, I would go out on a limb and say, this is probably the biggest home game the Bears have had in some years. I mean, this is going to be a big one. I'll tell you right now, I like Jordan Love. I think I have more confidence in Jordan Love than I do in Caleb Williams. I'm just being honest. I'm like trying to think about this. I think Caleb Williams is capable. There's a lot of potential there. And sometimes he plays his ass off. Sometimes he's great, but it's not consistent. But to be fair, it's the same thing with Jordan Love. I don't think he's as consistent as he would like to be, or as consistent as Packer fans would like him to be. There's just something. I'm basing this only on just like a feeling I have about the Bears. The Bears. Now I know last week they beat the living hell out of the Browns, but you got to remember the Browns actually have a pretty good defense, and the Bears put a lot of points up. So kind of like you said, New England coming off a loss. I feel like the Bears ride that momentum where they really had a great offensive day against a really good defense in Cleveland. They're back home. They got their fans behind them, and it's like I said, one of the biggest home games in a very long time. I think the Bears are going to find a way. I think they're going to find a way to get this done, Tony. And I got to apologize because I have to look this up. Unless you have it in front of you, I forgot to write the spread down.
So I can get it for you, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Stand by, Paulie. The spread for your Bears-Packers game is the Bears are 1.5 point favorites. So they're giving Green Bay 1.5 points. And the over-under, 46.5, Paulie. By the way, the spread opened at -3. Now it's down to -1.5. So that's interesting. That's a lot of movement for.
I would take the under, even though I don't do that really, but I don't really bet on anything. Over or under is nothing, but I would take the under in this game. I think it's going to be a low scoring game, and I am taking the Bears. I'm going to give the Packers their 1.5 points. I just don't think the Packers are ready to win this game in Chicago. I don't see it. I'm going with the Bears, Tony. Give them the 1.5, and I look for them to improve to 6-1 at home and 11-4 overall. It's Boy, they're going to be right there. The Bears are definitely part of the playoff. What? You don't like that pick?
No. I'm just thinking about it. They win this game, then they come into Levi's hot and feeling themselves. So
that's a game where we're going to find out what's what and who's who. I really look forward to that game because the Niners need a test like that. Yep. I want them to have a really severe, and they're going to get 2 back-to-back, Chicago and then Seattle, man. That's a hell of a way to end the season.
David Lombardi had another good post today or yesterday. He said, if the Niners beat the Colts, which I fully expect them to do, they could basically go on a 5-game winning streak all the way to the Lombardi at home after beating the Colts. Because if they beat the Colts and then they beat the Bears and they beat Seattle, that means they have home field advantage and they'll be the number 1 seed in the NFC. And that means that they would stay home throughout the playoffs. It's just a wild thought. It'd be a 5-game run all the way to the Super Bowl. It's pretty wild to think about. So they have that as a possibility.
That's crazy to me. The fact that, I mean, you think about everything this team has been through this year with the injuries and all that. And don't forget, they didn't have Kittle for a long stretch. Purdy missed all those games too, even though they're back now. I mean, it's been a hell of a year in terms of just like keeping their key guys on the field. No Bosa, no Warner. By the way, how great is it to see Fred Warner so involved with this team still? He's always around.
Hey, Brandon Ayuk, take notes. Take notes with your teammate, soon to be former teammate, Fred Warner. Like, my God, man. Fred Warner doesn't miss. He's always at the facility. He's in the suite for the game.
You know what he was doing yesterday, Tony? He was visiting sick children in the hospital. Right. Fred Warner. I swear to God, I saw him with George Kittle. They were giving jerseys out. In fact, Fred Warner walked into his kid's hospital room. This is so great. It's such a feel-good thing to see. I'm sure a lot of you saw this. Kittle and Fred Warner and maybe another Niner. I'm forgetting if there was 3. It was definitely Kittle and Warner, though. They walk into this kid's room, this kid in the hospital. God bless the kid. And Fred Warner walks in, Tony, wearing his jersey and a gold cape like a superhero. It was so cool. And I think Kittle gave this kid a jersey. Anyway, that's Fred Warner. Quality human being. Quality, one of the best. He's probably a Hall of Fame talent. And
Fred Warner's not tweeting cryptic tweets about driving his car on the freeway. And
Tony, I don't understand a word of the Brandon Ayuk post with the mask and the I don't know what he was. I have no idea what he was talking about. You know the post I'm talking about, right? With the ski mask.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, and he's
something about his watch and the rearview mirror. I'm like, bro, I don't know what you're saying. I don't know. I have no idea what you're trying to transmit to the general public right now because I don't understand a word of this. I don't know if anybody else did. If anybody can translate Brandon Ayuk's tweet last week, please post interpret that, translate that to me because I have no idea what he was saying. Yeah.
Andrew Markoulis, man, you know how to stir the pot, brother. If the Niners win it all, does Ayuk get a ring?
Oh, God.
That's incredible.
I mean, he probably does technically. Yeah. But if I were him, I would put that thing in a closet and never let it see the light of day because he doesn't earn it. He didn't deserve to wear one. I mean, he and wouldn't that be ironic, dude, if this was the one year the Niners would win a Super Bowl without Warner on the field? Like, that'd be kind of sad for me, actually, that Warner couldn't be a part of it.
But Warner and Bosa and Ayuk, it's crazy to think. It's just, again, Shanahan, Coach of the Year.
Well, again, I'm saying, Brandon Ayuk has a lot to look forward to. He's going to have a great post-Niner career. He can call his buddy Deebo Samuel and ask him how much fun he's having in Washington because what a great year the Commanders have had, Tony. They've set the league on fire. Deebo is rewriting the record books for wide receivers. I don't know if you know this. He's having like the best year of his career. I'm being sarcastic, of course. I'm saying that's what's waiting for Brandon Ayuk. Have a great time, kid. Enjoy. Without Kyle Shanahan's offense, we'll see how much of a game breaker you are. We'll see.
Anyway,
sorry, I'm pissed.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why you talk about Warner, the class act of the team, if not the freaking NFL. and then you've got Ayuk pulling his nonsense. It's just
Andrew Markoulis, Tony. Andrew Markoulis checking in. He's going to have a Super Bowl ring. What did he say? Where'd it go? It'll be on Pawn Stars in 2 years. Great call, Andrew. Great. Happy holidays to you, bro.
This goes back to putting Ayuk and Kuminga in a Waymo and just saying anywhere out of the Bay Area.
Did you just pull that out, or did you see Matt Stenson? He just wrote the same thing.
No. Remember we talked about that a few days ago. But dude, I love it, Stenson. Yes, send him in a Waymo. Just send him out of town in a Waymo. Just
with
go.
no destination. Just say, just point this thing. Just point the car east and start driving.
That
you know what I mean?
A great Fish song called "Destiny Unbound." Check out Destiny Unbound. Great
your
song.
destiny right now, I think, is to give me your second pick in the hot and sour. Yes,
beautiful. My second pick, Paulie, and I think we've got a pissed off team in Philadelphia, and they're traveling to Washington to play the Commanders. And this is like
the aforementioned Deebo Samuel, who couldn't stay in San Francisco. Yes, go ahead.
Correct. And this is different from a different matchup than last year's NFC title games. This is much different. You got Marcus Mariota going up against Jalen Hurts, that Jaden Daniels done for the season. You've got, I think, an angry Eagles team after losing those 3 games to Dallas, Chicago, the Bears, and the Chargers. Then they just punished the Raiders 31-0. I think they're going to punish the Commanders again this weekend. I think they're just ticked off. The only thing that has me a little worried is Jalen Carter and the tackle Lane Johnson are both out. So that's a little iffy. Cameron Latu, the tight end, is questionable. But those 2 guys being out is kind of a bummer. But I do for the Eagles. I mean, I'm not a big Eagles fan. I'm just talking about spreads here. Eagles are -6. They're giving 6 points to the Commanders in this game. I think the Eagles win by 14 or more. I think this is going to be. I just think it's going to get ugly quick. Like I said, the Eagles are trying to make a statement now. Also, if you want to get deep into the numbers against the spread this year, the Eagles are 8-6. The Commanders are 5-9. So I like that as well. And I just think that the Eagles are going to hit their stride going into the playoffs. Unfortunately. And
where's the game? Where's the game?
In Washington.
Okay.
But remember last year in the title game where they were doing the tush push on the goal line, and they had to throw flag after flag after flag because I forget the guy.
Somebody was jumping over the top. Yeah, that was great. Yeah, that was great. And they actually did stop it a couple of times in that sequence. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I do think that it's not, the tush push isn't even going to be a factor in this game. I think that Philly definitely covers and beats Washington handily in Washington. Saturday, by the way, 5:00 kickoff.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Once again, we might see part of that game at Denardi's Holiday Blowout. You know what I mean? We're going to be down there tomorrow. Okay, my final game of the week, and then we can get into a Longbridge spot, and then we can wrap the show with the music assignment. Tony, this is another good game. It's a really interesting game in my mind, which is the 8-6 Steelers going into Detroit, taking on the 8-6 Lions. I got to tell you, for me personally, the Lions have been a big disappointment this year. Honestly, I thought the Lions, considering what they did last year, considering they had home field throughout and lost to Tony's Commanders, it's like I thought they would come back this year like just breathing fire, like an angry bull. You know what I mean? Like just getting let out of its cage, just rampaging, knocking shit over. Whoops, there's a curse right there. Nice. I got to say, that hasn't been the case at all. Like, they had that tough loss last week to the Rams, and they went toe-to-toe with them, but, the Rams just outscored them. But it's been a season of frustration for the Lions. I mean, I think people had higher expectations. I am definitely one of those people. And they're still really trying to slug it out for position in the playoffs. Like, I mean, it's not a guaranteed thing. Here's the thing, though. The Steelers, who are getting 7 points, okay? They're getting 7. But Detroit's really good on their own field. They play well at home. They have to get this win. I know Mikey Tomlin needs it too, but I got to tell you the truth, watching, and this is not personal, and you guys know I don't like Aaron Rodgers, but watching him play this year, he's not been that impressive. Right. I know he had a nice game last week and all that, but generally he's just a shadow of his former self. Like, when he was great, he was great. He's one of the best QBs in the league. He'll be in the Hall of Fame someday. But the Aaron Rodgers that's on the field today is simply not that guy anymore. He's okay, smart player. Like, he gets the game. He can read defenses. I know all that stuff. But I think the Lions they're going to handle their business. Same way you feel about the Lions, or excuse me, I'm sorry, Tony. Same way you feel about Philly kind of going in there with a bad attitude, pissed off, kind of running the score up. I think the Lions might do this too, because the Lions are capable. Again, you saw it last week against the Rams. They put 30 plus up, no problem. The Steelers can't do that. The Steelers don't have that kind of offense. They have a very paltry kind of low-scoring offense. All their games are grind-out kind of games. They're slugfest. The Steelers never really have a comfortable lead on anybody. So you know what, Tony? I'll give them the 7. I know it's a lot of points, but I think the Lions win this by 2 scores. I just think this kid is going. I think the Lions are going to handle themselves at home in this game. I don't know what the future holds for them in the playoffs, but at least for this week, I think they're going to handle it, and I think they're going to win by more than 7. I think they're going to win by 10 or more, to be honest with you.
You know what's crazy, Paulie? I love the pick, by the way. And you know what's crazy? We talk about Drake May's MVP caliber season.
Yeah.
Dude, Jared Goff this year, 29 TDs, 5 picks.
He's a really good quarterback. People don't talk about him. Like, nobody talks Jared Goff, but he's a very smart player. Yeah.
And also 3,672 yards passing, dude. So he eclipses Drake May in every category.
Yeah,
in as a quarterback. So that's wild. I didn't realize he only had 5 picks and 29 TDs. Also, Jahmyr Gibbs, 1,100 yards rushing. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 1,140 yards receiving, 11 TDs, 13 TDs for Gibbs. Like,
I love Gibbs. I'm a Gibbs fan, dude. I love that kid. Yeah,
and I love how they balance him out with Montgomery. I mean, that's really well done by Gamble Campbell. And I also root for Gamble Campbell, man.
Me too. I love Dan Campbell, but I'm a fan. I'm a flat out fan of Dan Campbell. I don't know if I've told you this before, and I'm sorry if it took me all year to get to this, but Dan Campbell, it turns out, is a monster Metallica fan.
Yes.
Monster Metallica fan. I forget if I told you guys this, so I'll do it in 10 seconds real quick, because if you're a fan, you might appreciate this. When I went to Detroit in 2023 to see a Metallica gig at Ford Field where the Lions play, Vic, I didn't see him there, but Vicky told me that Dan Campbell was hopping around like a 6th grader, like excited to meet the guys. Like, is James going to be there? What about Lars? Am I going to meet Lars? Like, he was like all fight, like he turned into like a little kid super fan.
Campbell could hold Lars like in the palm of his hand too. Like, it's like
put me down, man. You're making me like nervous. Like, put me down, you know? Yeah. Like, you're like Dan Campbell. Yeah. You know? Yeah.
But doesn't it seem like, I don't know, man, maybe I'm reading into this too much, but I feel like I would love to play for Dan Campbell. He just seems
hell yeah. Well, I think he demands a lot. I think he's a hard ass, man.
And like, I like to play for Saleh. I feel the same way. How I'd like to play for Saleh and D'Amico Ryans too. Certain people that just like expect a lot, but also resonate with the players. And I'm not saying Kyle Shanahan doesn't resonate with the players, but it's just a different vibe, especially if you play the game at a high level, you know. The utmost respect for Dan Campbell, and if they can somehow squeak into the play. I mean, at the beginning of the season, I thought, and I still do, if it's not the Niners, go Lions, but now it's more of a long shot. But I don't know. It's just, if they can win this game and then win out and sneak into the playoffs, they'd be a force to be reckoned with, especially if they have any games at home, happen to have a game at home.
Tony, one last comment for you, and then we can transition to a Long Bridge read. I just had this thought when you said, because I love the freaking, it's like King Kong almost. Like when you said he could hold Lars in his hand, like Dan Campbell, like a little, like, do I have it? No, I don't really
like grabbing your bobblehead or something on your shelf or something. It's like,
well, you know what I was saying, T? Why don't we do this, Dommy, if you can? Maybe we got to create a Lars elf. I don't know. I'm just saying, maybe we got to put him right alongside McVay.
We have Dan Campbell? Can we have Dan Campbell holding the elf?
One in each hand. I got McVay and I got Lars and Dan Campbell holding both of them. I don't know. Dommy, see what you can do. It's up to you. But I mean, Lars, he's maybe born to be an elf. You know what I mean? Sorry to say that. Great drummer, great musician. We love Metallica. But the whole thing, you know, he's coming in. He's, what is he, 5'5" maybe?
Lars wouldn't be as good of a drummer if he was a big dude. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not knocking. I'm a fan. I'm like a fan, but you got to break his balls too at the same time. And then, dude, again, like Dan Campbell with Lars in his hand, bro. It'd be like this. It'd be like, hey, Lars, let me put you down for a second. I got to coach some plays, dude. He just puts them on the shelf. You know what I mean? He starts coaching. Like, let me set you down, Lars. Let me set you down. Play with your friend John McVay, like the two elves. You guys go play in the sandbox. Anyway,
beat LA on the money. And this little stick figure of Lars should be bitching about Napster. Great Great
I
call.
want my 10 cents. Where's my 10 cents? All right, Tony, let's go to, hold on. Let me do this appropriately and formally. It's time for a Longbridge pizza spot, Tony.
Okay. Yeah, good. I thought you were going right to the musical assignment. Let's
No.
Longbridge first. Yeah, Longbridge first.
That's why I hit the chimes to indicate a transition in the program, and we're going to transition to Longbridge Pizza. Again, Neil Donardi, the support all year has been freaking amazing. These guys, all of our sponsors have been amazing, and they're all great people. And I think we might have a couple new ones coming soon, you guys. Stay tuned for that in the new year. We might be bringing some new members of the sponsor family into our scene. But for now, let's talk about Longbridge. They were the first. They saw something in us, thank God, and they were like, hey, we want to be a part of this. And we can't thank you guys enough. The support that Longbridge has shown us all year has been freaking amazing. I see you, Escobar. Hold on. I'll get there in a sec. Hold on, buddy. But for now, Tony, you mentioned it earlier today. The Warriors have a home game on Saturday. They are open for business on Sunday. So if you're watching football all day, place an order at Longbridge, go in for pickup or go down to sit down with your family. If you want to place a to-go order, Neil has requested you do that on the Longbridge Pizza webpage. It's right in front of you there, longbridgepizza.com. That's his preference instead of like doing a DoorDash. Just do it on their website. That's the only thing he's ever asked for, and we're happy to accommodate that. Neil Donardi, one of the all-time great people, Andrew Markoulis on the chat today. You got your Andres, you got your Stevens, you got your Gabinos. I mean, it's a great collection of people they have down there. And here comes the food. Jesus H, show me some of this, Tony. I want to look at some great yeah.
Dude, this is the pepperoni and jalapeno pie.
Oh, Rags, you would love that. That sounds good.
How about that, dude? The pepperoni jalapeno pie. I mean, that great combo, and with the sourdough crust, of course, right? By the way, I ordered a Sophia yesterday. It was
how was it?
Phenomenal.
What's on the Sophia again? I know I've had it. Refresh my memory. I know that's for his daughter.
It's got the fresh mozzarella, it's got the mama's little red peppers, and it's got the red onion, and it's got a little honey. And a little bit of the vodka sauce too. It's outstanding. And I ordered the Detroit style pizza. It was fantastic. It was so good. And also, don't forget Neil Donardi. Probably not that as much during the holidays, but in the new year, if you're having, I think it's too late in the holidays, is what I'm saying, because we're getting too close to Christmas. But for private parties, hire Neil to come to cater your private event. He'll
drive the pizza wagon right to your occasion. He'll get in the pizza wagon and drive it right. And I love that Longbridge pizza truck he has.
Dude,
I think
he did my horseshoe tournament in August. Rising Wolf, you see him in the chat often. Rising Wolf hired him to do his wife's 50th birthday party. So Neil is available to do private events and catering as well. Or you can have a private event at Longbridge Pizza as well. You can rent the back room, and they'll take phenomenal care of you. And those of you who have been there know exactly what we're talking about. And then again, I got to mention the beer too, because the beer that they have there is second to none. It's all the local breweries that we love: Cellar Maker, Original Pattern, Bear Bottle, Russian River, just to name a few. And they do a great job rotating the taps too. So it's a damn good place to have a nice ice cold beer and some really good pizza. Or you got the sandwiches. You got the, we talked about it, the chicken parm, the drunk cluck, or you got the meatball sandwich or the meatballs and Vinny's gabagool as well. So cannot lose. And don't forget about the coupon. There are just a few more days for the coupon. If you want to get Longbridge Pizza as a gift, you can buy a gift card, longbridgepizza.com, or give them a call. But longbridgepizza.com is the main way to go. If you buy a $50 gift card, you get $60 in gift card. If you buy a $100 gift card, you get a $125 gift card. So a little added bonus for getting a Longbridge Pizza gift card if you want to give the gift of Longbridge Pizza LBP for the holidays, Polly.
I got to tell you real quick, too, Stevie B dropping science while you're talking about Longbridge, as he always does. He said that the Sophia pie is a virtue. Great review of virtue. And then secondly, he goes, when Neil takes out the pizza wagon, that's what we like to call Neil's on wheels, bro. Nice. Neil's on wheels. We might need to get that on the shirt of one of the Longbridge, Neil's on wheels, or right on the side of the car, on the side of the truck, Stevie B. Nice stuff. And then I want to shout out Big Al and Chino. Big Al reminding all of us, and another transition. Thank you, Longbridge. We freaking love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow, Neil. Dami Peralta has posted the link with all the information about his holiday party tomorrow. I'll be down there. I know Tony's going to go. So if you guys want to come hang out, but definitely join us. I might be, bringing a couple of unmentionables with me so we can partake if you like. Anyway, thank you, Longbridge Pizza, for everything. LongbridgePizza.com. Tuesday to Sunday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. We love you guys. Big Alan Chino posted, he goes, guys, don't forget, we haven't even mentioned this today. I'll just pick your brain on this 2 seconds, Tony, and then we'll go right to music. He said, don't forget the Jake Paul fight is tonight on Netflix. And I read this this morning on ESPN, actually, that all of the money in Vegas has gone to Jake Paul. So Vegas I guess they think he's going to win this fight. Are you going to watch, Tony? Last time I watched Jake Paul fight, beating up Mike Tyson and bummed me out.
I know. I mean, actually, I'm going to be at a holiday. I'm going to be at a holiday party tonight where all the dudes there are going to want to watch this fight. So I'll probably end up watching it. Yeah. So now
would you watch the Jake? I don't think I would prioritize that because to me it's more of a sideshow. Jake Paul, are these fights even sanctioned? You know what I mean? Like these are fights. These are like rogue fights. And again, it's funny. We were talking the other day about Mike Tyson and how big heavyweight boxing used to be. And I miss those days. I really do. But This is about as close to it as you can get now. But I'm not a Jake Paul fan on any level. There's nothing about Jake Paul that makes me want to watch him fight. But Big Al, thanks for the reminder. I'll probably check it out after it's over because I'm not missing the Oklahoma-Alabama game, dude. I'm watching. That's my first priority tonight. I'm all over that
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
And I'm saying go Oklahoma. I'm rooting for Oklahoma in that game.
Yeah, me too. Rooting for the Sooners. All right, Tony, now let's get into our home stretch of Tony's final show of 2025, and we'll do it in classic PMP style. We're going to go out swinging, having a good time with our final music assignment of the year, it looks like. And today, again, if you're late, you're just joining us, Dom Peralta, a 3-word review. Jake Paul sucks. Yes, I agree. I totally agree. And you know what, Dommy? I don't know that much about these guys, but F his brother, too, whoever that guy is. F both the Pauls, whoever those guys are. All right, anyway, our final music assignment, Tony, we are just celebrating the new year. And when you really analyze it from a particle perspective, what is it after all? It's an occasion we can put the past behind us, move on to the new thing. And at the same time, we're basically all toasting and celebrating. We're throwing confetti around because there's a new number in front of us. So with that being said, we do songs about numbers, songs with numbers in the titles. Tony, I would like you to go through maybe we got to do Kaler's Open too. I know. Yeah.
Peep this, particle heads. PMP's weekly musical assignment begins now, right now.
Okay, Dommy Peralta said he sent in his assignment, so I'm going to hand that to you, Tony. If you want to do the listeners first, why don't we start there? We can do some listener selections, and then we'll get into ours.
You bet. Stand by. Let's go. Okay, beautiful. Let me see if that was... Okay, this is the final one he sent. Okay, here we go. Okay. Paulie, so I'm going to run down this list. Wow, it's a good-looking list. Okay, thank you, Don, for putting this together, by the way. Stevie B checking in. He says, does this bus stop at 82nd Street? That is his main choice from Bruce Springsteen and these three bands. So
okay, got to jump in. Stevie B, phenomenal choice. Phenomenal choice. I'll tell you this. I saw Bruce play that acoustically at the Beacon Theater in 96 when he was doing the Tom Joad tour. It was just him and a guitar. That was the whole gig. It was just him and a guitar. It was freaking amazing. I hope he goes back to that someday. Just give me Bruce on stage with a guitar. I couldn't be happier. But anyway, I saw him play Does This Bus Stop at 82nd Street. It was freaking amazing. It was the only time I've ever seen him do it. Stevie B saw it live at Asbury on the beach last year. Nice, dude. Nice. You are so lucky to have been at that gig. Springsteen himself said that was one of the best gigs of his entire career. Nice. The one he did last year. Yeah, at Asbury Park. And this is a guy who's played over 3,000 shows. And he said that was one of the best he's ever done. So you're a lucky guy, Stevie B. Glad you were there. Sorry, Tony. I had a lot to say about that track. Keep going. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, Gravy, Marky Graves. You love. Oh, by the way, Gravy, got your emails. And yes, we did get the new shirts. Thank you very much for the new shirts. Dom Peralta gave them to Paulie and I. And the Thanksgiving themed shirts, Paulie. I don't know if we can wear them on the air because they suggest a curse word. So
Right.
I don't know if we can wear them on the air, but maybe we could do something in the new year where we blur it out a little bit or something. But thank you, Gravy. Thank you for the shirts. He says Chicago's 25 or 6-4 is his choice. Which is
I almost said that one. Rags, remember 25 or 6-4? Ba 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 to get that. Ba 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 to get that. Yeah, our marching band played that in high school. But anyway, great one. 25 or 6-4. Looking for the summer day or whatever. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the horns. Sure.
I would argue that might be their most famous tune, but I'm sure people might beg to differ. But Corinne checking in.
Yeah.
She says the Beatles when I'm 64.
No, I love this, dude. These are all songs I did not even consider. Great one.
Patty from Napa, Tommy Two Tones 867-5309. I mean,
Great track.
Staple.
For a good time, call. Banner. I think he was a San Francisco guy, Tommy Two Tone.
Ooh, I don't
Yeah,
know.
pretty sure it's from San Francisco. Yeah.
Wow. Bonnie, aka Scarlet Fire, she says Bob Seger's feels like a number.
Bonnie,
feels
hey,
like
Bonnie,
a number.
I swear to God, I almost took that track and then I crossed it out because I thought of something else, but I almost went with that Seger one. Great one, Bonnie. Nice.
Here, let's keep moving here. Then we've got Jessica, aka Beat LA.
Yeah.
She did Bryan Adams' Summer of 69. Was the first real 6-string.
I love that song. I got to tell you, still one of my favorite lyrics of all time is in that song when he goes, there ain't no use in complaining when you got a job to do. Couldn't agree more. Why complain? Why waste time? We got to get done. Go ahead, Adams. Tony, that's a Canadian Bruce Springsteen, as you know. Go ahead.
100%. By the way, Rags is next, and Rags and Marky Graves Gravy on the same page with Chicago's 25 or 6-4.
25 or 6-4. Great track. Yeah.
So that's Rags, and you called out Rags earlier for that. So that's good stuff. Greg Trela. Greg always does great musical selections every week. And he says, this is great. He goes, Saved by Zero by the Fix. Dude.
Oh, Saved by Zero. Great one, dude.
Great selection, Greg. Yeah. And honorable mention, he and Don Peralta both put for honorable mention. They put One by Metallica. So that's
wow. You could do One by U2 as well. Now that I think about it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever heard that version of One with Bono and Mary J. Blige, by the way?
I saw Mary J. Blige sing that with U2 at a show I saw in Vegas. She came on stage. It was incredible. Yeah, incredible.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. So the Noemi has a song called 96 Tears by ? And the Mysterians. I'm going to go back. I just want to check.
Do you not know that song? You're looking like you don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
You do. You definitely know it. I guarantee you know the track. And I got to be full disclosure right now. Hey, Noemi, that was my song too. I was going I was going to go with 96 Tears too. Too many teardrops for one heart to be crying. You'll be crying 96 tears. You definitely know it, dude. I guarantee you've heard it 100%. All right, Noemi, I got to come up with something new, but keep going, Tony. That was good.
That's wild. And thank you, Noemi. I will enjoy my time off. So back to the musical segment. I just went back to Noemi's email just to double check that. Miriam. Oh, I didn't notice this too. Miriam, I apologize. Miriam also selects One by Metallica. So she, Greg Trela, and Don Peralta all giving Metallica's One some love. But then Don Peralta checking in and saying, first and foremost, Grateful Dead's The 11.
Nice.
Grateful Dead. The 11. Yeah. Cheeks. Escobar Cheeks the third. He says Jimmy Buffett's The 12 Days of Christmas, dude. Nice. That's good. I'm surprised I'm glad somebody did a Christmas themed numeric tune. That's cool. And then he also goes, just I have to give this love. 1979 by Smashing Pumpkins, honorable mention as well.
Bro, who wrote that? Who wrote that? Dom?
No, that was Cheeks.
Cheeks dropping 1979, honorable mention.
Yes.
Nice, Cheeks. That's one of my favorite tunes. I love that song by the Pumpkins. Great one. Yeah.
Great tune. Jerome, Toots and the Maytals, 5446. That's my number. Was my number, man. Toots, man. Rest in peace, Toots, by the way. So Jerome gives us Toots and the Maytals, 5446. And David Meyer checking in, and he says Bob Marley's Three Little Birds.
Nice.
Thank you, David, for that. And then finally, Jim Bull, also known as Soccer Bull.
That's my man, Jim. What's up in Santa Cruz, Jim? Go ahead, T.
I'm gonna sing this one because I freaking love this tune. He's 666, the number of the beast, and then that's his track by Iron Maiden.
How about that little spoken word thing at the beginning with Vincent Price? His number is 666. That whole like spoken thing. Yeah.
I think I know it by heart. By the way, that's pretty wild because Vincent Price said, "Woe to you, O earth and sea. For the devil sends the beast with wrath, because he knows the time is short. Let him who have understanding reckon the number of the beast, for it is a human number. Its number is 666. And then it starts with the guitar. It's just, man, Jim, great selection, buddy.
And by the way, side note, Tony, only because we're talking little Satan before we wrap up today. Hold on, let's get the final Satan appearance of the year in the mix here too for this one.
By the way, how many of you know that in Pulp Fiction, where they're opening up the briefcase in the diner, the combination is 666?
That's for you, Patty. I know you like your Satan. Anyway, yeah, that was a combo in Pulp Fiction, 666. Tony, phenomenal list. I think it sounds like Metallica will be the contribution from the listeners because it got multiple votes, right? Metallica won.
Yes, well, yeah, Chicago's 25 or 6-4 got 2. And then Metallica's 1 got 3. So
okay,
yeah,
I'll put Metallica 1 on there. And you go last today, Tony, because it's your last show. So I'll go. And I got to tell you, Noemi, you and me, girl, you and me. I was going question mark in the Mysterios 96 Tears. Maybe I'll do that. Should I stay with that? You know what?
Dude, why not?
F it. Noemi, I'm going to stay with that. So that one's for you and me. I'll put 96 Tears on there. And Tony, definitely listen to 96 Tears after the show because I'm 100% confident you know the song.
Okay.
I'm telling you, you know the song.
So funny. It doesn't ring a bell, but once
it's like a garage rock, like 60s, but it's a classic. It's like right alongside stuff like Wild Thing or, that era, that mid 60s kind of garagey rock. 96 Tears rules. I love that track. So that's my first one. Second one, and I'm shocked nobody picked this. I was actually trying to avoid colliding with other people. Like I thought Don Peralta, for example, was going to do the Misfits, We Are 138. And I was like, all right, I'm not going to do We Are 138 because Dom will probably do that. And then Dom went with something else. So you never know. And I was shocked when you said Miriam. I thought she was going to pick the song I'm about to give you. But for this one, I got to go to The Who and Quadrophenia. Nice. And one of my favorite Who songs really is 515. Out of my brain on the train. Out of my brain on the train, Tony, the 515. So I'm going 96 Tears, question mark in the Mysterios, 515 by The Who from Quadrophenia. And now, Tony, here it is, dude. Let me do this right. Let me do this right. Sorry, I got the wrong page. Stand by. My bad. Where are my damn chimes? Did I lose my? Here we go. Let me do this the right way. The time has come, guys. Creative Tony's final moments of 2025 on the PMP show. So let's make it count, Tony. Give me your 2 tracks, and then we'll say goodbye.
I got 2 tracks, Paulie, but I also want to make sure that we get to a couple more supers before the end of the show. We've got a few more supers that we want to get to. I'll give you my song, and then I'll give you the supers. How about that?
Okay.
And Paulie, the number of the beast, Jim Soccer Bowl, is one of my selections. So that was Jim Soccer Bowl. Thank you, brother, because that's one of my favorites too. I also thought about 2112 as well, but 666, the number of the beast, is just, gosh, that's part of my childhood. And then Paulie, I'm gonna just because I'm gonna show the cover of this album because I don't have the album on.
Stand by, Tony, 1 second, just so I make sure I understand. So is Number of the Beast is actually your first pick for real?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's my second pick, but it's either one. It's one of my 2 picks.
Dude, how about this? How about the fact that we have... I'm telling you right now, if you want diversity in terms of like music and styles and genres, you got to check this playlist out. PMP Playlist 25. Dude, we get Number of the Beast right alongside like Three Little Birds. You know what I mean? Like you're getting extremes on our playlist, but it is really good. There's over 10 hours of music on there. Actually, scratch that. There's over 12 hours of music on there. Okay, Tony, so Number of the Beast, and then what's number 2?
Well, Paulie, it's off the record. Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, Paulie. Smashing Pumpkins. the album that probably the last album for Smashing Pumpkins that I listened to. I didn't really dive into much more after Melancholy, but the track is called 33. Do you know the track?
Look at this kid. Look at
You know
this.
the track 33. Speak
Yeah.
to me in the language I can hear. And then, tomorrow's just an excuse away. It's basically when Billy Corgan was 33 years old, he went and saw a tarot card reader, and that tarot card reader revealed to him at the age of 33 that his life was going to take a major shift. And so he wrote a song called 33 about that. So it's about a song about hope, a song about, just holding out hope for good things. So I hold out a lot of great hope for everyone in the PMP Familia. Of course, I hold out that hope for you, Paulie, for myself, and for everybody in 2026 as we wrap up 2025 and go to 2026. But 33 by the Smashing Pumpkins. If you don't know the song, it's not your typical Pumpkins tune. It's a beautiful, beautiful tune. It's one of my favorite Billy Corgan, one of my favorite Pumpkins songs of all time. So 33 by the Smashing Pumpkins.
Great call, dude. And you know what's so funny, Tony, is I got a few comments and then we'll do supers and we can wrap it up. But I was thinking, like, it's funny that the Pumpkins have so many songs with numbers. Now that I think about it, you got 33, you got 1979, you got that other track called Zero, which is Heavy as Hell. That's on there too. So anyway, a lot of numbers. And then my only question about the fortune teller that told Billy Corgan his life would take on a dramatic change in 33. My question to you, Tony, was, is the dramatic change Billy Corgan went under the fact that he would kind of morph into a guy who wears a cape, climbs up on top of a ladder, looks up at the sky, and sings Space Oddity by David Bowie? Because I saw him do that, and I still don't know what that meant. I have no idea what that meant. Didn't they cover Stairway to Heaven at that gig?
Yes,
too?
that was the show that we took Shannon Kaler to.
Oh, he wanted out of there so bad, dude. He was begging for that show to end. I couldn't get enough. I'm like, this is one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. And I think when they did Stairway to Heaven, dude, there was like a little religious shrine that like took a lap around the building. Dude, that was a weird gig. Again, Corgan standing on top of a ladder with a cape, face paint, singing Space Oddity, ground control to Major Tom 6-5. I was like, Tony, what's he doing on the ladder? You're like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Let him do his thing. Standing on the ladder. Anyway, thank you, Billy Corgan, and thank you, Tony. Those are all great, man.
Thank you, everybody, and thank you, Paulie, for having me on this journey for year one. January 8th is our official anniversary, but we'll celebrate as soon as we're back together in early January. This is show number 229. So we did 229 shows together, and we will come rocking back in 2026. And I cannot wait, because by the time we come back, NFL playoffs will be in full swing, dude. And we'll be ready to, hopefully the Niners are getting ready to host a playoff game, basically.
Hey, I want to say this before you go away, Tony, and then we'll do your supers and we can say goodbye. But I want to ask you publicly for a Christmas present. I never do this, but I do want something from you. I want one of those hats. So get me one of those damn hats for Christmas. That's all I need. I'm only kidding. But Tony, let's do some supers. Give Tony some love, and then we'll break the huddle here. Go ahead.
Yeah, you guys, thank you for the supers. Well, you know what? If we're gonna do supers, we gotta do it right.
It's business time. I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to say it's time for business. It's business time. Ooh.
All right, and so we got Escobar Cheeks the third. This is going back when we were just talking about Fred Warner versus Brandon Ayuk, and Escobar Cheeks the third chimed in and said BA's ring, because Andrew Markoulis from Longbridge Pizza asked, should Ayuk get a ring, or will he get a ring if the Niners were to win the Super Bowl this year? And he says BA's ring should be sent where those Super Bowl losers' shirts go. Hashtag I'm sure he likes Josh Hart. Oh,
nice, dude. Nice. Hashtag no shamans too, Tony. Thank you, Cheeks. Thank you, brother.
That's good stuff. Oh, one more from Escobar. He says Danzig is more elf-like.
I saw that. Sorry, I didn't have time to get into Glenn Danzig, but you're not kidding. Although that's an elf right there, I'm not messing with. I'm not messing with Glenn Danzig. You know what I mean? He's probably got a dagger in his belt. Who knows what that guy's up to? But I dig it. He's a tiny little guy too. He's tiny, but he's all buffed out. He's kind of scary dude. And thank you, Cheeks, very much.
Escobar with the trifecta 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sesame Street, dude. Nice. Great call. Great call, Escobar. Beat LA is a super. And what's Beat LA say? Beat LA. Thank you. Thank you so much. She says, Tony, thanks for everything this year. You're the best. Have a beautiful Christmas with your family and a happy new year. Right back at you, Beat LA. Thank you for all you've done for the show. And again, I echo that for everybody that's put this community together. It doesn't happen without all of you. So thank you, everybody. And thank you, Beat LA, for the super. That's very, very kind of you. And Lily Merchant checking into the super. Thank you for the song, Paulie. Oh, should we reprise it, dude?
Why don't we do this? And Lily, you're so welcome. I would do anything for you. Why don't we do this? Let's finish the supers, and then we can end the song with the White Wedding, White Christmas tribute to Lily. Nice. So yeah, we'll go supers, Billy Idol song, and then we can send Tony on his way.
Beautiful. Yeah, Lily, thank you for the super. And yes, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you and Particles Forever. Indeed.
Yeah.
And it's very fitting that the final super that I should hit for the show in 2025 is from our very own Dom Peralta. He says, Creative Tony for life. Merry Christmas to the entire Ryan familia. One love and reciprocity. Hell yes, Dom.
Well, Tony, thank you, Dom. Of course, I'm going to say my goodbye to you now, Tony. I mean, I know I'm going to see you in about 5 minutes when we start doing our Tron stuff, but I'll say goodbye to you on the show. And then I want to remind everybody that I'll be back Monday. Tony's starting his break, but I'll be doing shows Monday and Tuesday, and then I'll take a little Christmas break, and then I'll be back the week after that. We can talk about that next week. But Tony, thank you so much, dude. I told you this. I'm never doing this without you. So, like, if you bow out, I'm going to have to bow out. But no one's bowing out. No one's going anywhere. But Tony's my guy. I love you, Tony. I cannot thank you enough for everything you've done this year for the show, because Tony did a lot of heavy lifting behind the scenes that people never see. But I know he's doing it. And this show just simply does not exist without you. So you're my brother. You really are. You're the brother I never had. Thank you for everything. I love you, and enjoy your Christmas break, dude. And I'll see you I'll see you tomorrow, for Christ's sake. Yeah. What am I doing? I'll see you at the Denardi blowout tomorrow, for God's sakes. But thanks for everything on the show, Tony. Again, couldn't have done it without you. And I really look forward to next year. It's going to be even better. I feel that in my bones. It's going to be even better.
Dude, thank you, Paulie, and love you too. And it's funny because I don't have a brother either, so you're like the brother I never had either. And it's true.
Imagine having me for a big brother. Tony, let me show you how to sneak out of the house. Tony, let me show you how we steal cars. Tony, let me show you how I roll up some delish. Like, I'm a bad influence, but we are kind of like the brothers we never had. So cheers, Tony. Thanks, man.
But dude, and you know what we're embarking on 30 years of working together.
Yeah, man.
Wild.
Not an accident, by the way. Not an accident. Like, this is what we want. Tony and I have been wanting to do this for a very, very long time. We're finally doing it. And we are going to ascend even to higher places next year. I'm very confident of that.
Yes, dude. And you know what? If anybody's interested, I guess I would wanted to give the information about Neil's party tomorrow, but I don't have the particulars. Dom, if you could just either email it to me real quick and I'll post it on the show while we're playing the White Christmas, White Wedding. And Neil Denardi has been kind enough to say, hey, anybody in the PNP familia that wants to come to our big family party tomorrow, it starts at 11:30. It's in South San Francisco, and I'd love to give the particulars. Dom, if you can email it to us, that'd be great.
Well, Dom put it, Tony, just so you know, you don't have to, because Dom already posted it on the chat today. He had the link up. Yeah, he already did that. So you're good. You're covered. And last thing. Tony, you can play the song for Lily right after this, but Patty is saying she loved the tribute, the Paulie Tony moment of brotherly love. She goes, you guys need to kiss. You got to kiss. Let me tell you something about kissing Tony. I'll tell you right now. I kissed Tony at the Greek Theater once, and I bummed out his girlfriend in a big way. She was not having it because I was with my first wife. This is a long time ago. I think it was a Phil show. I think it was a Phil and Friends show, as far as I remember. And you were with your former partner as well. These were like our previous partners. But anyway, I was standing there like between sets, and we were talking to the girls and everything. And somehow this came up. I was saying, like, I'm a very affectionate guy, especially with people I love and I care about. Like, I'll kiss them, I'll hug them. It's just like maybe the Italian in me. Mm-hmm. And she was like, no, you don't. You don't kiss guys. And I remember, like, we were on the steps at the Greek. So Tony was like a step higher than me. and like behind me, and I was like, I took it as a challenge. I'm like, well, you don't think I'll kiss Tony right now? You want to see me kiss Tony? I'll kiss him right now. So I started like climbing over people to get to Tony to kiss him, and then your girl got bummed out. She didn't like it. She didn't like that. I'm not trying to upset people.
No,
I'm
but
just,
Polly,
yeah.
That's why she's no longer my girl.
And I don't have the one I was with either. That one's not around anymore either. By the way, you remember the night I was kissing you, right? And like,
Of course.
she was shocked. She was, to me, it's just another moment. Another
she
day.
was shocked that I wasn't shocked. You
Yeah,
know?
I'm like, here I come. I go, you want to see kissing? I'll give you, here it comes. I'll kiss him right now. So anyway, Patty, I've already done that. I've kissed Tony plenty of times. Rags and I kiss. I do. I kiss my friends. I got no problem with that.
Hell yeah.
And happy holidays, Tony. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. I will see you in 5 minutes for the Cron stuff. But anyway, let's end the show with White Wedding. And I will see all of you on Monday at high noon. And everybody wave goodbye to Tony as he takes us out with a little Billy Idol. Cheers, everybody. See you Monday.
Peace, y'all. Here we go. There we go.
All right.
Here we go. Here we go.
Santa, what have you done? Hey, little Santa, who's the only one? Hey, little Santa, who's the only one? Hey, little Santa, bring me something fun. Little Santa shotgun, well, it's a nice day to start again.
Nice, dude. Take my sleigh home. Yeah. And Paulie, on that note, without further ado,
Business hours are over, baby. It's business. It's business time. Class dismissed.
See you today, Tony. But for the rest of the PNP community, we will see you next year. And thanks for everything, Tony. Have a great weekend. See you at Donardi's Holiday Blowout. And for the rest of y'all, I'll see you on Monday. And have a great weekend, everybody. Cheers, y'all.
peace and love. Peace and love. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year, everybody. Love y'all.